Welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're jumping into quite a statement that's popped up recently, a really high-profile declaration, actually, well, it sparked a lot of conversation about where American politics might be headed.
Definitely causing ripples.
So our mission today for this deep dive is to really unpack a specific post. It's quite attention-grabbing, talks about a potential new political party. We want to get the core insights, straight from the source itself.
Right. Focus on what was actually said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the source. It's a tweet from Elon Musk, dropped just about 17 hours ago as we're recording this.
Pretty fresh, then.
Very fresh. And it's already, well, let's just say it's lit up discussion feeds everywhere. So we're going to look closely at the text.
Okay, let's do it.
So the first part of this tweet, it lays out a really specific condition, a trigger, almost. He says, and I'm quoting directly, "If this insane spending bill passes, the America Party will be formed the next day."
Wow, okay. That's immediate.
Right. So the birth of this America Party, as he calls it, is tied directly, contingently, on this bill passing, a bill he labels insane.
That conditional aspect is, well, it's pretty fascinating. Tying the immediate creation of a party to one legislative event,
Yeah.
that's not typical, not at all in U.S. history. Usually parties bubble up from, longer-term movements, big ideological shifts, maybe a crisis that unfolds over time.
Right. Not just, bam, one bill passes, new party.
Exactly. This kind of reactive, almost instantaneous formation, it signals, obviously, a lot of frustration, but it also makes you wonder, right, how would a party born from just one event build a real platform?
What's its identity beyond that initial protest?
Precisely. Is it just a single-issue thing, or could it actually become something broader, more sustainable? That's a big question mark.
That's a really crucial point. A very different kind of origin story for a party. And then he kind of zooms out from that specific trigger. He gives the bigger why.
The rationale behind it.
Yes. The tweet goes on. "Our country needs an alternative to the Democrat-Republican uniparty so that the people actually have a voice."
Okay, the uniparty concept. That's a term you hear quite a bit in certain circles.
Can you unpack that a little? What does Democrat-Republican uniparty generally imply when people use it?
Sure. So the idea of a uniparty, essentially, it's used by people who feel that despite having two major parties, there isn't enough real difference between them on fundamental issues. Or maybe their core goals end up being quite similar.
So, they look different, argue a lot, but underneath?
Underneath, the argument goes, they operate in ways that maintain the status quo, serve similar established interests, or maybe fail to tackle the really deep problems people care about. It captures that frustration, that feeling of limited choice.
Makes sense. And the stated goal, then, is so that the people actually have a voice. That's a powerful phrase. Hits a nerve for many, I imagine.
Oh, absolutely. That call for the people to have a voice, it plugs directly into all these wider conversations we have about political representation or people feeling heard, voter disillusionment.
It's feeling disconnected from the system.
Exactly. It taps into that desire for more perspectives, maybe different kinds of people involved in politics. It suggests the current setup isn't quite cutting it for some.
But I guess the challenge is how a new party delivers that voice, right?
Well, that's the historical hurdle, isn't it? How does a new party actually achieve that, where others are seen to fail? Is it totally new policies? Different kinds of candidates? Or just shaking things up? Because typically in the U.S., third parties find it really hard to get lasting traction.
The big two often just absorb their popular ideas.
Yes. Or the system itself, the way elections work, makes it very difficult for newcomers to break through long term.
Okay, so boiling it down, the core message we're looking at here is, well, it's pretty direct. A high-profile person saying, "Pass this specific bill I call insane," and boom, an America Party appears the next day.
A direct consequence.
And the why is this feeling that the country needs an alternative to what he terms the Democrat-Republican uniparty.
To give people that voice.
Right, to give the people a voice. It's a clear statement connecting a potential legislative action to a demand for more citizen representation outside the existing two-party structure.
A very concise, if provocative, statement of intent.
And just to be clear for everyone listening, this deep dive has really just focused on laying out what was stated in that tweet. We've looked at the words used, the conditions set, the reasons given.
Right, purely analyzing the communication itself, not taking a stance on the politics of it.
Exactly. We're just presenting the message as it was put out there.
Stating objective.
So as we wrap up, maybe something to think about, a little provocative thought for you. What does it really mean for the people to have a voice in politics today?
That's a deep question.
It is. And how might these calls for new alternatives, whether it's this specific America Party idea or others, actually shape that conversation moving forward? Something to ponder.
Definitely food for thought.